going to cover the build here first. Used 3 sheets of 1/2 inch, 2 foot by 4 inch, or by 4 foot Baltic plywood. Jennifer drew an outline of a tree on it for me, and I cut it out with a jigsaw. Then I cut the 2 larger holes that you see there with the jigsaw, and then used a hole saw to cut the other the two smaller holes. I tried to build this whole thing using some regular hand tools. I used a skill saw and some electric drills and such, so that it's something you can make without a table saw if you wanted to. Jennifer painted some snow on it. She put some popcorn on it. She added some berries and some leaves. Really did a beautiful job of decorating the tree. Here are some wooden boxes that I built. They're made out of the same 1/2 inch Baltic plywood. There's one on each side of the tree that we fastened onto the front. Both these boxes were 12 inches by 6 inches. The box you see there in the center was 5 inches wide and 10 inches deep, and it was just decorated as the trunk of the tree. So the 3 boxes together form a tripod-like configuration, which we hoped would support the tree and give us a pretty stable foundation for the tree, one that would keep the cats from knocking it over. The whole object here was that our cats, these 2 new kittens we've gotten, are just really rambunctious, and we decided not to go with a regular Christmas tree this year, but to put something together that would be somewhat cat-proof. So this tree has these 2 shelves. Here's a back view of it. You can see where I just scabbed the pieces of the plywood together with some boards. Here you can see the boxes. Christmas boxes have been fastened to the tree. The tree sits off the ground about 5 inches. Here I'm drilling some more holes here to fasten another piece of wood on the back. This one bottom joint needed some extra reinforcement because it just was too much weight above it. And when I put these 2 pieces of wood on the back, you can see one here, that was adequate. I had green deck screws, so it really blended in well with the green color of the tree. And here we're adding some screw eyes over these holes so that Jennifer can hang some play toys for the kitties to play with. Here we've moved it into the family room. It's in front of the fireplace now, and it was fine. It stood up perfectly. It was very stable. The cats could climb all over it, and no problem. We did, as a backup plan, have in mind that we could run a board from the back of this tree underneath the mantle for the fireplace and screw that in place and give it some extra support if we needed it. But we sat here all afternoon watching the cats climb all over the tree and had no problem with it. Now here you will see why we have a problem. That is a table that my dad made in high school some 80 years ago, that, no more than that, probably about 90 years ago, that they knocked over. So we just decided this year we weren't going to have a real Christmas tree. We were going to go with something that we made, and we've been very happy with it. We can take it apart. It's just held together with screws and store it away. So if next year we want to use it again, we can, or we may decide to go with a real tree next year if these little adolescent kitties have calmed down. They're little Manx kitties, and they're just really cute. We love them to death. We got them about 6 months ago, and they just are the most lovable cats you can imagine. And so we've been really, really blessed to have them in addition to our family. We had lost 3 cats about a year ago to cancer that were 18, 16 years old. We still have one of the kitties left that we had of the original 4, Polly, and she's about 16 years old now. And she seems to be doing pretty well with the kittens. There was a lot of hissing and fussing in the beginning because she has a long tail and they don't, and they were just enthralled with her tail and wanted to play with it, and she wasn't real happy about that. But she's calmed down a little bit now. You can see her there on the table. She's still twitching her tail a little bit because she is not real happy when they start running around too much. Kind of bothers her a little bit, but she's gotten to be sort of a little mother instinct. She's cleaning them up a little bit and looking after them. And they've done all the things that we expected them to do with the tree. They've used the gift boxes at the bottom to climb up on the red shelves, and then they can come in from the back of the tree if they want to. They can hang out in the hole itself. Some of the toys that Jennifer hung in the little holes, you'll see them playing with those in a few minutes. And they come at those from all angles. They'll climb up the back, and then sometimes they'll climb up the front. And there's Polly down there twitching her tail. And here you can see one of the cats from the back of the tree playing with one of the catnip decorations that's hanging in that hole. And here comes the other cat to attack it from the front. The boy kitty is called Pony Boy, and the girl kitty is called Sheena. The boy kitty has a nice white patch on his tummy and a little white collar at the front of his neck. And the little girl has a smaller little patch of white fur on her tummy. But she has kind of a brush bottle tail, and his tail is kind of a trident-shaped tail. So that's the way I can kind of tell them apart. And you can see here they're having just a good time with these little catnip toys. I'm thinking maybe that if Christmas is over and we just still want them to have this to play with, that maybe we could just repaint it and make it look like a regular old pine tree. Although I don't know how we would redecorate those boxes at the bottom, but if you've got any ideas, send them to us. So I think it's going to be a lot less stressful this Christmas with this tree than a regular tree, because even with our other cats, as old as they were, they would knock every ornament off the bottom of the tree. They would drink all the water out of the bottom bowl of the tree. They would sleep all over the tree skirt, get fur all over it. So they had a good time. Well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our blog and YouTube channel, and look out for more projects.